how do I plan for my old age? The basics of there's something they call financial resilience, but how do I make sure that if disaster happens, I can still maintain? If I lose my job, I can still survive for another 6 months. If I get money, where do I invest? How do I look out for our ferry?
Yeah.
So you'll find that many programs will take money, give it to the people, and hope, because the problem was you ask people, they say we don't have capital. So you say we give you money, and then still 10 years down the road, impact is not there. So for us to achieve the level of development we want as a nation, financial literacy had to be part of the game plan. So the industry came up with Bank of Uganda brought together different industry players, capital markets regulators, capital markets, insurance regulatory, and all that. And they said, let's come up with the basic modules that every Ugandan must have the basics on for them to be able to make sound decisions, or at least for them to start their journey into financial freedom and into financial prosperity. And so there are 8 modules that were made, and trainings were started for training of trainers in those 8 modules. So over the last 10 years, we have about 2,500 individuals that have been trained in those 8 modules to go ahead and train others. And so about 3 years ago, I also happened, I was lucky to attend one of those trainings. And so together with the other colleagues, we said, now it's high time we form the association, because almost 28 million Ugandans and 46 million, 28 million working Ugandans, then general population of about 46 million. It cannot be done by one institution to you go ahead and have that training. So the association came together and we said, let's support the effort of government, because we have been trained. We go ahead and also pass on these trainings. But the issue was sustainability, because the resources are few, and any training involves resources. So we went ahead and registered, and we said we are going to run a social business model. So we are going to develop a pool of professional trainers in these modules who can get paid at some point, and if they have to extend for free, still they're able to survive. But we're actually going ahead to say, no, in the developed world, we have what we call professional financial advisors. Here we have investment advisors. And if you find someone who calls themselves a professional financial advisor working in a certain sector, they are concentrating on that area. So if it is in insurance and someone says, I'm a financial advisor, they're going to only tell you in the areas of insurance. If it is in a banking, they are going to focus in the area of banking. If it is in pensions and all that, they'll focus there. But can you imagine if you had to walk into a building and you say, I'm struggling here. This is the money I have. These are the assets I have. This is my predicament. This is where I'm standing, and I want to move from here. In the next 2 years, I want to be at this level. And then you have someone who can actually help you create a plan and walk you through from that plan to where you are. This is the ultimate goal and dream that we have. So that you, when I see, if you get $1 billion today, or $1 billion shillings, you don't beat around the bush. If you get your pension today, you don't beat around it. You go to a professional, you have a plan, and you walk through that journey. So, but we are starting with the basics. Is to go into the communities. We have target groups. We have young people. We have women. We have a workspace, people in the workspace, corporate people. And we're also now going into the details of like families. I've seen when I was getting married, the session on financial management for the family, it was about half a day. And yet you know that money is almost 95% involved in the challenges we have in our families. So there must be content also that speaks to that. And so we are putting together that content and continuing to see that we give targeted literacy for the different groups.